Hey guys, DDG Man here, back in another video, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Pokemon, the series XY, at least the first two episodes that premiered on Cartoon Network, or at least they had a little preview for it. And so I'm just going to go into here and give you all my thoughts on it. But before I get into that, I just want to tell you where I'm at in the anime right now, where I am. And right now, I just want to tell you that I kind of started getting out of Pokemon little by little. When Diamond and Pearl came out, I may have only watched maybe around 50% of the episodes, and then by the time Black and White came out, I only watched maybe like 8% of the episodes. And the reason why I think a lot of people got out of Pokemon, besides the fact that they just grew older, and got kind of grew out of it, it's also because Pokemon is kind of repetitive. Because in at least 50% of the episodes, at least that's what I think, that at least in 50% of the episodes, the same thing kind of happens. Ash and friends are on an adventure, they meet a new Pokemon, they need a new person that's associated with that Pokemon, or it's vice versa, that they meet the new person first, and then they meet the new Pokemon, then they go on a little mini adventure with that said person and said Pokemon, and then Team Rocket comes out of nowhere, they stop Team Rocket, and then they say goodbye to the new friends that they found. And that's pretty much like 50% of the episodes. The other half of the episodes are like, or like gym battles and Pokemon League and other and specials, all that other stuff. But this kind of Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon the series XY kind of sparked my interest. So I went ahead and sat there and watched through the first two episodes. Now I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. Or first I'm going to give you a summary of it, then my thoughts. So let's go and get started. The first episode starts off with introducing the new character Serena, who is just now getting out of bed, and then it cuts to our protagonist Ash, just now arriving to the Kalos region, and he seems really excited about it. It's a new place, new Pokemon. He's just excited, and the first thing that he wants to do is a gym battle with the younger sister of the person who he traveled to the Kalos region with, and her name is Alexa. So yeah, the first thing he wants to do is a gym battle. Normally, you want to catch some Pokemon first or something, but first thing he wants to do is a gym battle. So as Alexa is going off to give her sister a call to see if she's at her gym, Ash sees a Pokemon that he doesn't think he's seen before, and he just gets really excited about it. And then Ash finds out from Alexa that her sister is away from her gym at the moment. So Ash decides to go challenge the gym that's in the town he's already in. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He was ready to go all the way to another town to go challenge a gym when he's already in a town that has a gym. That's our protagonist. So he parts ways with Alexa to make his way to the gym. He makes his way to the gym, but then finds out that he needs 4 badges to challenge the gym leader. So they shock him and kick him out the gym. That's a little harsh that they shock him, but it is the electric gym, so I guess that's okay. So once he's kicked out of the gym, he meets up with the 2 new characters, Clemeth and his little sister Bonnie. As they are making introductions, we find out there is a Pokemon spying on them in a tree. So after they're done introducing themselves, Ash wants to challenge Clemeth to be the first person he fights in the Kalos region, since he's not able to do a gym battle. Clemeth accepts Ash's challenge, so it's going to be Ash's Pikachu versus Clemeth's Bunnelby, which is a new Pokemon. But in the middle of this epic fight, that's right, I used the word epic because this battle is pretty darn cool, because Bunnelby and Pikachu seem pretty even in this. Even though Pikachu should be like hundreds of levels above this Bunnelby, it's still a pretty cool fight to watch. But again, in the middle of it, Team Rocket comes out of nowhere and starts up with their old tricks once again. And Team Rocket seems to be putting up a pretty good, decent fight with this, because they got Wobbuffet back, who's just reflecting his moves back at Pikachu and Bunnelby. When one of the moves, or one of the attacks, is reflected back at Pikachu, we see this Pokemon that's been spying on him in the tree jump out of nowhere and take the hit for Pikachu. After that, they end up sending Team Rocket blasting off once again. We then find out that the Pokemon, his name is Froakie, and he's been badly hurt because of the attack that was reflected back at him. So Bonnie, which is Clemeth's little sister, comes up with the idea of taking Froakie to the professor, and his name is Sycamore, to have some help, to his lab and stuff. And that's the end of episode 1. On to episode 2. So episode 2 starts out with Serena riding a Rhyhorn to train for some Rhyhorn races for whatever reason, and then it cuts back to Ash and friends just now getting to Professor Sycamore's lab to get Froakie some help. As Froakie is being treated, we find out from the professor that Froakie is a troubled Pokemon who doesn't really like to listen to its trainer and has been sent back to the lab several times. We then find out that Froakie is close friends with a Garchomp who is at the lab, and the Garchomp is pretty worried about Froakie. We then find out from the professor that he's been working on Mega Evolutions for Pokemon, mainly on Garchomp at the moment. Team Rocket overhears this conversation and breaks into the lab and tries to control Froakie, but they end up controlling Garchomp, and Froakie is feeling better at this point. But they end up trying to control Froakie, but end up controlling Garchomp instead. They try controlling the Pokemon by putting this ring or something around their necks. Team Rocket isn't able to control Garchomp, and Garchomp isn't able to control itself with this thing around its neck, so it ends up going on a rampage in the city. The rest of the episode pretty much consists of Ash and friends trying to help and stop Garchomp. They are able to stop Garchomp, but in the process, Ash and Pikachu end up falling off this tower that they followed Garchomp up to. But then end up being saved by this mysterious light that ends up being Mega Blaziken. After a good night's sleep, Ash and friends are ready to start a new adventure together with Froakie as Ash's first new Pokemon in the Kalos region. And that's pretty much the end to episode 2. Okay, now to give y'all my overall thoughts. So the first thing I want to mention is that there's kind of no theme song. Like, I'm not sure if they just did this for the first 2 episodes, but what they do is they kind of just show the title screen and then they get right into the episode. I like that because they just have the opening credits while the episode is running. I like that approach so far. Another thing I want to mention is that I really kind of like Ash's designs this time around. You know, it looks good and all this other good stuff. You know, and the thing I want to mention about Ash is that he seems a little bit too excited about being in this new region. Like it's like he's never been to another region before. But I guess I can kind of understand it's a new region, new Pokemon once again. And I think it's kind of weird that the first thing he wants to do is go face a gym leader. You know, first off, he would want to catch at least maybe one other Pokemon before facing a gym leader. I don't know. Even though his Pikachu should be at like level 500 anyway. So do whatever you want, Ash. And, you know, I kind of wish that his voice sounded a little bit older. I know he's probably still like 10 in this, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. But again, I kind of wish his voice sounded just a little bit older than it is, but, you know, that's just me nitpicking. Now for me to go and talk about the new characters so far. First off, we got Serena. She seems a little annoying so far, but I hope she gets better throughout the series. Then we have Bonnie, who is Clemeth's little sister, and she seems okay. Then we have Clemeth. And I really do like Clemeth. And the main thing I really like with Clemeth is his voice, because you would think he'd sound a little nerdy. You know, kind of like in Generation 3, you know, with Max, you know, May's little brother. He sounded kind of nerdy and kid-like, you know, and stuff. But that's how you would expect Clemeth to sound, but he doesn't. He has like a deeper voice. You know, I really like the approach they went with his voice. Now to talk about Team Rocket, back to their old tricks once again. I kind of find that a little annoying, but you know, because in Black and White, and at least in the beginning of Black and White, they were kind of more threatening. But now they're just back to the old tricks trying to catch Pikachu and all this junk. But, you know, what else are you going to do? But, you know, it's Team Rocket, what are you going to do? And the last thing I want to mention is the animation. The animation in this is beautiful. I mean, like I said earlier, with the fight between Pikachu and Bunnelby, if that's the only thing you watch in that whole episode, it's just amazing. You have to watch it to see it to believe it. It's just really cool what they do. And you know, with the Garchomp, you know, attacking the city, because it's just really cool because his Hyper Beam looks extremely amazing. I don't know why. It just does. I really like it. So my overall thought on the show so far is that it's really good so far in my opinion. With all my little nitpicks that I made, it seems really good. And I might try to keep up with it. You know what I mean? It just has me like really hooked at the moment, so I might actually keep up with the series this time around. We'll just have to see where the series goes from here. So if you kind of like this video, I might actually do a review of each episode, or maybe every few episodes I'll do a review if you guys like this type of video. If you guys don't want me to, that's whatever. Just leave comments down below if you think I should or like this video up, then I might actually do a review of every episode, I don't know. But again, this is DDG Man. If you like this video, like the video. If you like me, subscribe to me, and if you have any suggestions on anything else you guys want me to review, leave the comments down below, and I'll catch y'all next time.